Undirected T. How's it going, y'all? I am DotSale, the undirected guy. We gotta talk about this team. You know, there's things in life where you wonder why people or businesses, systems, governments, everybody, why they make the decisions that they make. And a lot of it is just like, do you want to have the worst outcome possible based off of your decision? Can you see this coming? And we can't stop anybody from self-inflicted wounds. I mean, we can try to monitor and stop them as much as we want, but eventually you're not going to be able to be there to stop them from making a decision that can ultimately end their existence. So the help can only be temporary. To truly help yourself, you have to do it yourself. And that is the situation that we've collided with when it comes to Kohl's department store. Now, Kohl's is a very iconic place. They've been around for quite a long time, much longer than the company that is helping keep them afloat right now. And it kind of makes sense that they would go out before Amazon, because they are basically the father or the mother, however you want to look at Kohl's, probably closer to a mother to Amazon. And the one thing that any parent will always tell you is that they do not want to go out before their children. Let's watch the story and we'll see what's going on. It'll all make a little more sense when you see the decision that Kohl's is about to make.
Kohl's department stores announced they're going to stop taking Amazon returns, at least temporarily, at some stores.
What could the impact of that be in this region? Here's KDKA's Barry Pintar.
Yeah, here at Kohl's department store in Robinson Township, which, by the way, is still taking Amazon returns. But it was back in 2017 when Kohl's started a pilot program at a few different stores accepting Amazon returns. By 2019, all stores were taking Amazon returns, including this one here in Robinson Township. Initially, it was a huge success, according to Kohl's. Foot traffic went up by tens of millions of customers corporate-wide. The main target, younger shoppers like this guy.
You also have to walk all the way to the back just to get something, like you might see something that catches your eye and now you want to buy it. It's a good marketing scheme if you ask me.
But did that marketing add to the company's bottom line of dollars?
I'm just curious to your initial reaction of Kohl's stopping to take these Amazon returns. Why do you think that is?
Well, I suspect that they've had financial trouble. So they said they're going to do tests, and they like to test to see. But I already have questions because I was a financial analyst, and one, they said that they were going to do it to improve the consumer experience. Yet they quoted the fact that the associates were happy. And so that sounds like they were caring more about being company-centric rather than customer-centric.
Indeed.
And let me expound on that, Miss Lady. That was a good job explaining. I couldn't have did a better job myself. Not that I'd want to. They also don't understand that for someone like me, well, actually, I actually do shop at Kohl's probably more than I should. But I will say that the reason I ended up shopping at Kohl's again was because of the Amazon package service that they offered. And I actually hadn't set foot in Kohl's for a long time, probably since I don't even know if my mom, I gotta call mom and ask her where she got my clothes from as a kid. She used to do layaway and stuff. I think she got a lot of my clothes from Kmart and stuff. Didn't Kmart do layaway? Anyways, I ended up taking a pan, because Amazon, when they offered it, and we got tired of having to box our own stuff up and make labels and all that. So we would end up going to Kohl's, and one of their benefits was you could just go there. Like, let's say I was taking back whatever, this lamp right here, right? I'm taking this lamp back right here. which is pretty cool. Changed a lot of colors and stuff. See it? It's kind of cool, right? Look at that. It's like a lava lamp without the lava. Anyways, let's say I was taking back that lamp. I wouldn't have to repackage it up. I could basically just go there with the lamp itself, well, probably the box too. And then at that point, they would take care of everything. You just show them your QR code and you're good from there. And at that time, they would always offer you a discount within the store. They had one point where they would give you $5 off or a free $5 credit to buy whatever you want. So you would end up buying something that you didn't plan on buying when you went in there. Now, I don't know the situation that they had with Amazon personally, as far as if Amazon gets a kickback because they are bringing traffic into their store. So I don't know if they're paying Amazon a percentage of whatever to take the returns. But I think it's probably something that neither company would want anything for because they both benefit from it. Amazon gets their packages returned, and then Kohl's gets the foot traffic that they so desperately need.
Kohl's financials show sales have gone down for the last 12 straight quarters. Is that the reason for the test? Kohl's doesn't say. What we do know is that this test is only in 3 towns, in Massachusetts, Wisconsin, and Missouri. For now, no stores are affected in our area. But if they were...
It's the only thing that brings me into the store.
So you do Amazon returns
I do,
here,
absolutely.
and you would not be happy if they
Correct.
took it up.
This is a problem right here because this is going to be Kohl's main target demographic that they want in the store. It's not going to really be me. It's definitely not going to be anybody younger than me. It's not going to be Gen A and Gen Alpha, like the 17 to 30-year-olds. It's not going to be anybody younger than that. It's really probably, I would say, people that are at least 40 and up. Now, if you don't got this woman coming into your store to shop, then you are doomed. The last thing you want to do is do anything that's not customer friendly for a woman like this, because then and only then will you absolutely basically commit, you know the word.
Now,
Correct.
and what is it? Convenience? What?
It's convenience. I don't have to box it up and send it anywhere. I can just bring it in and drop it off.
Yeah.
Now, if you are an Amazon regular customer, remember there are 2 other locations that are currently taking Amazon returns. They are UPS stores and Staples office supply store. So
The UPS store is probably one of the easiest ones too, although sometimes they don't package your stuff up for you. So, but they're actually more set up logistically to be able to take packages in from that standpoint, because that's what they do anyways. And Staples, I don't even think we have a Staples in Minnesota anymore, but they're already trying it out in Wisconsin, and what Wisconsin does, Minnesota may possibly follow. Wow, I am very surprised that Kohl's taking this approach. And as you can see in the background, Kohl's did partner up with Sephora probably like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I think that's been helpful for them, having a Sephora in there. But Kohl's has basically been they've been trying to survive in a department store collapse. You're seeing Macy's closing a lot of stores. They still have a few open. I've seen plenty close in my state. Sears, they were probably the most recent Goliath to fall. Kmart, even Walmart's closing some stores in different places. There was a Walmart out in, it's called Brooklyn Center in Minnesota, and they closed their Walmart out there, probably most likely to theft in the area that it was in, but they did end up closing that. And they also closed another location in Minnesota, which was in the Midway area. A lot of people may understand the area if I tell them it's where Allianz Field is, where the Minnesota United FC soccer stadium is, where they play soccer at. There was a Walmart that was literally like right across the street from there many years ago, and they closed that Walmart, most likely because of the location. Amazon has been keeping Kohl's alive for the last 8 years, and now they're basically doing this to themselves by even experimenting or having the idea of taking Amazon and taking all that foot traffic out of there. Last time I went to Kohl's, I literally seen about 5 to 7 people, and this is just a short time. This is as me walking with Amazon packages, trying to figure out a way to return it in the store. Now, what the dude said in the beginning was actually true. They did have it where you would have to go to the back of the store to return your items. They did that strategically, so you'd have to walk past items and you might make an impulse purchase within the store. I think more recently, though, when I was in there to drop a package off last time, I was able to return it at the front of the store, or it wasn't necessarily all the way in the back like it used to be. And I think that was annoying people. But when you're trying to sell people stuff, usually you're going to annoy them. That's what salespeople do. They try to press you. You're not planning on buying a Kirby vacuum cleaner, but all of a sudden someone's knocking on your door and they're trying to sell you a Kirby vacuum cleaner, and you already have a vacuum cleaner, but Kirby probably would be better. And then, they'll annoy you until you end up buying it, or you have to be very, very rude to them and tell them to get the fuck out of your damn face. Now, this seems like a very, very bad move by Kohl's. I'm not sure what their motivation is to do this. I don't know if they're irritated with Amazon and that's more what they're doing, but I can't believe that unless they're giving Amazon a whole bunch of money to do this, which could be possible, that there's any benefit to them taking Amazon out of their stores whatsoever. If I was Kohl's, you see where it says Sephora right there? And you see where it says Kohl's, and you see where this dude is standing, the announcer, I would put a big Amazon sign right next to the other side of that. Kohl's, bigger than Sephora, bigger than Kohl's itself. I would put Amazon across the damn border so people understand that we're associated with Amazon, because it's only going to be beneficial for you to try to collaborate with a place like Amazon, because they've literally took over. And all the things that Amazon is doing right now, Kohl's could have done first, because they had way more influence and market share before Amazon was even thought of. When Amazon was literally in its infant stages and nobody heard about them, Kohl's could have set up the infrastructure to be the next Amazon, but they chose not to. They basically did something similar to what Blockbuster and, well, not necessarily Netflix, I'd say Blockbuster did. And now Amazon is. And soon enough, Kohl's will disappear and try to take whatever they can on the way out to be able to support themselves after their demise. I am calling it now. The next main Goliath of department stores to go is going to be Kohl's. They are basically setting the stage for their early exit. Well, maybe it's past due, but regardless, it's going to happen. So, with that, it's very interesting. Now, the last part about this, and we're going to go into undirected perspective, we got to go dark for this one. And the reason why is because I don't like to see people take themselves out. There's always a way, man. Kohl, you can pivot and do some different things and try to figure out a way to keep yourself alive in this competitive market. But instead, you're just giving up. And I'm not a fan of giving up. I believe that you should always, under every circumstance, fight until the very end. But just to give it all up is insane to me. I don't understand that part of it. And it's disappointing, because Kohl's is one of those things where we'll look back at it 20 years from now and we'll have all these nostalgic memories of Kohl's, maybe even longer than that. But we'll have nostalgic memories of Kohl's and what they used to do with their Kohl's Cash and some of the different, things that they ran in the commercials and different things like that, and the holidays and all that. And they'll just be an afterthought. And, I think it sucks. And then also all the malls that they're in are going to have a big open space that's going to say space for rent, and it's going to leave a big desert at the mall. And it's not good for the malls whatsoever. So then all of a sudden you got a big open space that's going to be dilapidated and having nothing but rats and mice and raccoons occupying the space inside of it. I actually lastly, to close out, what I was going to say is that there was a Macy's that closed. It was at the Maplewood Mall in Minnesota. The Maplewood Mall, I went there and it was just sad to see. They were selling the display cases. Everything was a whole bunch of money off. The jewelry was actually a pretty good price. I was going to buy some earrings. They costed $5,000. And afterwards, after you got all the discounts, you were able to get them for just over $1,000. That's how much they were off. They were like 70% off plus another 10% or something like that. And that's how it broke down. I didn't end up getting them just because it's a waste of money to get jewelry most cases. Jewelry does nothing to help you at all. I got earrings in my ear right now, and if I take these earrings out, right now, well, you're going to notice that nothing changes. And if I tuck this chain in, this gold chain right here, and I tuck it in, and you're no longer able to see it, well, nothing changes. I'm still the same exact person. So I decided not to get the earrings just because they had no value. I could probably put that $1,000 into the stock market and see it grow over time. Whereas when I buy the earrings, even though they're about 80% off, they're still going to depreciate in value as soon as I walk out of the store with them, which is crazy, which means that jewelry has one of the highest markups in the damn world. And I think we all know that. But, you know, that's something else that we got to talk about. I wonder if I got pictures of them. I think I do. Let me see. I was just in there. They should be all the way closed now because this was like this was in early March. Was it early March? Yeah, I think so. Something like that. I don't got the pictures. I thought I had the pictures. I don't got the pictures. I thought I had them. I don't remember. Maybe I put them in. No, did I change my phone? I was trying to show you what they look like. Give you a better idea what I'm talking about. I always like to add visuals to everything. But I don't know if I'll be able to find them in a timely manner. And I don't want to have y'all waiting forever, team, because I value your time. I absolutely value your time. All right, I'll do one more quick search and see what we got. I'm going slow. When would this have been? The store is probably all the way closed now. I looked, and by the time I got there, like, everything was already sold. Like, there was really nothing really good. The only thing that was kind of good was some of the jewelry stuff. And even then, I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't even care. Yeah, I can't find a team. But basically, they were some solitary, just diamond studs. They were basically like these, but, well, I already took them out. They're basically like those, but they were definitely more expensive than them. I think the ones that I'm using now probably were maybe like, I don't know, like 3/4 of the price of that. So, like, whatever. But yeah, I'm not even really big on jewelry anyways, but I think it's fun to wear, but it serves no functional purpose at all. Like, jewelry is one of those things where it's like, you think about it and you're just like, what's the point of this? Like, why am I doing this? You really got to just ask yourself and wonder why. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I got for this one, team. I actually really, really appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best audience on the internet. I'm curious to know, though, what do you think about Amazon and the decisions that they're making? Kohl's. What do you think about Kohl's and the decisions that they're making? Do you think this is at all smart for Kohl's to do? And do you think that they're basically selling out Sephora? Because at this point, Sephora started a business with you thinking that you were on the up and up, but here you are trying to not only take your business out, but take them out with you. And that's probably the most cowardice thing that you can do. All right. Yeah, team. I think I'm going to take one last trip to Kohl's, and then we're just going to better understand that they won't be around very much longer. So take all your pictures, enjoy Kohl's, get your memories, remember them, and remember that I told you that it's almost over. All right, y'all.